Okay, I'm going to do my best to try and stream this game. I have heard it does not play nicely with OBS, so I don't know. We'll see how far we get. This is the new Microsoft Flight Simulator, obviously. Um, and if you are watching this thinking you're going to get some flying skills along the lines of Jeff Favignano and Squirrel, it ain't going to happen here. It just ain't going to happen. Um, I played the old flight sims pretty regularly, but I have not done so in probably over a decade. So I don't know. I've never flown real planes, so I'm just gonna start a flight around Cleveland, where I'm from, and we'll see what's going on. I fired this up a little bit earlier just to get it up and running. So I'm in the Textron Aviation Skyhawk with the old style steam gauges. And I'm just gonna have the game. I'm not doing cold and dark or anything like that. I'm just gonna have the game line me up on the runway, and we'll go from there. So where I used to live was right by this little airport. And we'll set it as a departure and the arrival, although I don't know this area well enough from the air, nor am I good enough at flying to do this VFR anyway. So that'll be the challenge. Can I take off from CGF and land back there eventually? Can I find my way back there? It's You're not going to find it by. I mean, obviously the ideal way is by using the freeways and stuff. But like I said, I'm just not that skilled. Um, but if we go over to Burke Lakefront here and fly, even if we just fly straight east, we should be able to see it out the left window eventually. Right, so I've got that. Let's see. We are not going to do night flying. Go with like 1 o'clock, 1:30. This is around what time I wanted to play this game originally today. And I didn't. I got it started at around like 7 at night, so I'll just set it to where I intended to play. Such is life, I suppose. VFR direct, KCGF, KCGF. Let's do the weather. We'll get ballsy and fly with live weather. It's pretty mild out there right now, as far as at least on the ground. Yeah, it's not messing around with air traffic. Definitely don't want live traffic. Although this time of night you're not going to get much traffic, especially with the virus. But we'll just leave traffic off. And we'll leave multiplayer off. So the only thing we're flying with is live weather. And let's see what happens. I am using a yoke and a throttle quadrant and rudder pedals. I just got the basic Logitech setup, which is like freaking brilliant, especially when you consider how much it is. Gotta make sure the throttles are all set to the idle detent. It's interesting using pedals in an office chair. The chair tends to want to go. It's all but impossible to play driving games in an office chair, but since with rudder pedals you're applying a torque, you tend not to go rolling backwards as much. It's kind of nice too because you don't really need to secure the pedals down as much either, since the torque tends to keep them where they're supposed to be. I'm really wondering now. So I let the game auto detect my graphics settings, and everybody's been complaining about how much this game takes to run. I will tell you what, as long as you leave it on the auto detect, it seems to run just fine. Granted, Cleveland's not a very big city. I think in one of Squirrel's videos he was saying Athens is the ultimate test because you've got a whole bunch of little tiny buildings it's got to render. Oh, no, wait. I thought I put it on. I do not want to fly at night. I just don't. Did I put it at 1 a.m.? I just don't want to fly at night. Call me chicken, but I ain't ready, man. I ain't ready. We're going right back to the main menu, and we're going to try this again. So already I have failed. All right. I swear I put it at 1 p.m. though. I'm very tired today. I did not. Well, I slept fine last night. I just didn't get a whole lot of sleep, and I didn't take a nap or anything, so let me just move some stuff around. Let's try this again. We'll do it more quickly this time. World map. That is kind of annoying that it doesn't remember. I wonder if that's an option that you can set it to remember your last flight. No, we want that as live. Oh, maybe when I hit live weather, it reset the time. I bet that's what it was. It's the fun thing about a brand new. Oh, and my mouse is acting funny. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, it looks like that's what the case was. I wonder then, does it? You don't think it remembers what the weather was at 1 and then sets it? No, I can't. It must be live weather at this time. I'll have to test that though. I still live in Cleveland, just not over here. So we'll have to test if it rains one day or something, and then it stops in the afternoon. I'll have to roll it back and see. Or I could just Google it, but that'd be too easy. Okay, that looks good. Let's see if we can get past the menu system. I pretty much played all the Microsoft Flight Simulators from Microsoft Flight Simulator 95 up to A Century of Flight. Believe it or not, I missed the ultimate one, which was X at the time. And that's been the last flight sim for, 15 years or something. So the irony of the fact that I missed that one is kind of funny. But I'm back. This thing downloaded 90 gigs onto my main using NVMe drive, and when I built this computer, that technology was kind of new, so my NVMe drive is not that big. So I was like, oh boy.
County Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra at runway 24 ready for takeoff, straight out departure.
Skip this. Okay. Oh, it didn't line me up. I guess if you skip it, it just leaves it where it is. We're not going to worry about checklists. We don't need them. Okay. And you know what? We don't care about ATC, right? There's no traffic. We'll leave the window open just for fun. Okay, so is my parking brake on? It should be. I think it's like left control. You have to use left control and numpad delete, which are on my keyboard opposite ends of the spectrum here. I could have just clicked on it, but again, that would be too easy. We're doing this on Iron Man mode, man. All right, there's no prop pitch on this aircraft. And I'm not doing any run-ups. We don't care, man. We're throwing caution to the wind. So let's see. I kind of remapped some stuff. Actually, before we go for this ride, take a look at where I got the trim, because that messed me up last time. It's a little too ANU. Right about there. Flaps are set for takeoff. And let's see if we could stay alive. I'm gonna put my. Oh, I keep doing that. I'm gonna put my. I'm gonna sit up high in the. Really love some of these views. I'm a pretty tall guy, so I actually do sit in a Cessna higher than most people, although it's not as high as this. And it's actually a little lower than this, but I love this view, except you can't see the entire six-pack. I mean, you can angle it down, I guess. That's probably your best bet, but you got to use the mouse. I ordered a Track IR headset, but that hasn't arrived in the mail yet. It's gonna be so nice once it does. That's one thing about MS Flight Sim, is it's always been a little bit too eager on the torque roll on the Cessnas, man. It's so hard to maintain a heading on these aircraft in the sim. You get up there in the real world and it's not that bad. I mean, I have been on a couple intro flights, but that's it. I can't pass a medical. I've got bad eyes. So this is as close as I'm going to get to real flying. Maybe it's for the best. Okay, flaps up. Try to maintain 2,000 as best as I can. I'm not going to do very well because I'm so rusty. It's kind of pitching all over the place, man. Getting like an updraft or something. We are headed west. That's right. So let's clear right. Fly towards Burke Lakefront and try to find our way back here. I do actually have it set to hard mode because I'm just funny like that. Hey, what's going on, Hot Loads? What's up, dude? Just doing a little late night flying. Just trying to see if I could stay alive in this game. So far I've been pretty lucky. I mean, it's ran very, very smooth. Graphics are great. I haven't touched the settings from the default. And it's just been, I've only played it for about an hour, to be honest. I actually spent 2.5 hours trying to set my computer up around my. Trim this out a little bit. I set my computer up around my. See, this is where the. See, this is where the track IR would come in handy because I need to look down like this to see what my vertical speed is. Spent 2.5 hours rearranging my desktop computer around the yoke system that I bought. And because it was just one of those things, it's like, well, to put this here, I need to move the desktop over here. To move the desktop over here, I need to move the power supply over here. It was just one of those chain reaction kind of things. And when I got done after 2.5 hours, I realized all I really had to do to make everything fit was remove the keyboard tray on my desk, and I would have been fine. It would have been a 5-minute job. But such is life. I'm sorry if I'm not reading as much. This game does require more focus. Okay, so we're going to turn towards Berg Lakefront. Some of the stuff is starting to come back to me. I am flying a little fast, though. I am a little bit off BKL. Now I'm climbing. Do not climb, little Cessna. Don't dive either, please. I do like in this game. I skipped Flight Simulator 10.
Cessna X-ray Golf Sierra, did you hear my last transmission?
No, man, I don't care about you. I turned traffic off. Disagree to whatever he says. I do like how in this game the gauges have a nice long delay to your control input, because that is how it is in real life. If you're not careful, you wind up chasing the gauges trying to keep the aircraft in check. You make a lot of people airsick that way. So let's start slowing down. Hey, what's up, Will K? How's it going, man? Just getting in a little flying. Yep, 170, 172. I am. This is funny. Mach 222. I am like rusty as all hell. I was playing this off stream a little bit earlier, and I was just going off the runway and everything, doing a little bit of off-roading. So you might see some funny stuff, right? I don't even know like Cleveland well enough from the ground, or I mean well enough from the air to VFR my way back to Cuyahoga County. So that's kind of like the goal of this flight: is can I take off from Cuyahoga County and find my way back? I got to start slowing up. I think at the white arc I can put the flaps. I can start putting some flap action in. Trim up, baby. Oops. Need more flaps, not less. Why did I not hear flaps going? There they go. Whoa. Get that extra lift from the flaps. I like this now too because like the Cessnas and stuff are bouncy. Like in the old flight sims, they were like butter smooth, and I'm like, that's just not how it is, man. Cessnas are just bouncy. They just like to kind of do their own thing, and you got to kind of help them be like, no, man, that's not what we're doing. I have no idea what the actual landing speed of the 172 is. I'm just gonna guess. $60 knots on final. What am I at? I'm close to 60 knots. unfortunately, too, I got the way I got these monitors set up because I had to remove everything. It's actually hard for me to read chat in general because you guys are way off outside my field of view to my right. So I'll do the best I can. I got to come down, don't I? There's no there's no helper lights. What do you call those things? Like the Vassy or Pappy or whatever that is. I don't see them. I thought Brick Lakefront had. Oh no, there is there. No, there's not. Am I seeing things? Ooh, baby. I got a little bit of a crosswind, it looks like. I am pretty high, if I do say so. Altitude high. I did not take any herbal supplements today, yet. Okay, we gotta come way down without sinking like a stone. Oh boy, yeah, you could tell it's been a while. It's been a while. Oh, pull up, pull up. Not that high up, not that high up. Oh boy, we're a little high. Ow, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, that's probably a broken gear. Like I said, I'm rusty. It's a it's a landing we could sort of walk away from though, right? Alright, we'll check out Cleveland on our right side. I'll get it back, I'll get it back. That's what's nice is this is only a sim. Are my flaps up? Should probably look and see. Oh yeah, I heard them go up. And there's that loss of lift that we get with no flaps. So you can see some. I don't know how to go into external view, guys. I do apologize. We'll have to do the best we can. Try to kick it over. So we could do the old. My flaps are not up again? I'm pretty sure they are. Oh no, they weren't. And I'm banking. There's the Brown Stadium. Is that Terminal Tower? Yeah, and there's Key Tower. Let's fly in between them. I need a little nose down trim. Can we see the old Oswald building? There's one Cleveland Center. You see that little wedge shape? Yeah, there's the Oswald building. I see it. There's 200 Public Square. There's the Jacobs Field. Let me try to yaw over so we can get a good view. Ah, this is a pretty game. I gotta say, man. I'm running on ultra textures, but I guarantee I don't have a lot of buildings up. Granted, as I said, Cleveland's not that big of a city. Now, I cannot. Maybe you guys can help me get back to CGF. I probably shouldn't be playing around like that, though. Let's level off here. Just throw this thing around. I'm trying to read your guys' chat. That's why, so I like to look to the right, and then I. So CGF, is that it over there, actually? I can already see it. Every time I've done intro flights, we've flown, I can talk, we've flown out east over Lost Nation. I've never flown into BKL. Yeah, that looks like CGF, says the guy with bad eyes. Hey, what's up, Anubis? Carl, how's it going, buddy? My co-pilot is Mach 222, Mr. Will K. Malachi's in here somewhere. It's. I was saying too. It's hard for me to read the chat because you guys are off my field of view. But I'll do the best I can. Plus, this requires like immense concentration. I'm gonna overspeed this thing if I'm not careful. So I'm trying to find my way back to Cuyahoga County Airport. Is that Route 2? Right in front of me, I think. That's the shoreway. Heading 170. You're assuming I can hold a heading. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I see it. I think. We took off from 2-4, so I guess we'll fly. 070. Okay. Now you tell me. Keep going. Now that I'm not touching the rudder pedals, that ball should be a little bit off in the turn coordinator. Because the Cessnas do a pretty good job of making coordinated turns on their own, but they're not perfect. What would be really cool, Anubis, is if you could control failures like remotely, like you could just fail a system, and then I'd have to figure out what to do. I should probably try to hold an altitude. Hey, there's a building. Let's not crash into it. Is that a Cleveland Clinic building? 7 wing break off. Yeah, we're like descending. I should probably climb a little bit. I think we're too far east now. There's a GPS. I have no idea. Oh, geez. Okay. I was going to say I have no idea how to use the GPS. What about those big 4 letters that say KCGF? That might be useful. All right, let me turn this thing around. Jeez. I have no idea how to use a GPS. We'll also try to not crash into the trees here. I got this thing out of trim. I was probably kind of breaking some regulation there, considering that KCGF is about 800 feet off the ground. We weren't very high up just now. Wait, why are there 2 KCGFs? What is like the? Wait, why are there two KCGFs on the screen now? That's what I don't understand. That's the train yard. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I guess I don't know how to work the GPS, after all. See if I could zoom in on that. So is that showing? That must be showing like my plan somehow. Let's not head towards the ground. Yeah, let me. Now Discord's gonna. Okay, let me get this. Let me get this thing like kind of straight and levelly. I'll try to set up. I'll try to do. Because I haven't tried to alt tab out of this thing. I'll try to do Discord on my phone. Okay. Where is phone? There is phone. Good thing I got traffic off because I ain't looking at nothing. No. Did you private message me? All right. Yeah, I guess we can alt tab now. We're relatively safe. I don't know if this is going to crash the game or not. Doesn't look like it. It's actually running. It actually goes into windowed mode, which is kind of cool. Where's my Discord? Oh, you know why? Because I freaking closed it. That's why. Let's see if I got it. Okay, so my Discord installation on my computer's like messed up. I can get to it though. Hang on. This thing's just flying itself around in circles because I didn't put any rudder trim into. I have to like manually go to the exe. It's like so annoying. Oh, it still doesn't want to do it. Okay, hang on. I got one more trick up my sleeve. There we go. Discord's coming up. Okay. Yay! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, what's up, Will?
What's up, man? How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. You are live.
Sweet.
Help me live.
I can help you live. So you were going the right direction. Yeah, the two KCGFs you see, that's
Yeah.
for a localizer, which you don't have
Oh,
tuned, so it's not going to work.
okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So now that you're back in the game, we can get it there. Just kind of stay on the heading you're on actually right now.
Zoom out here. What the heck? Yeah, the views are kind of wonky. Okay.
There you go. You can actually just turn maybe 20 degrees to the right even.
All right.
Maybe a 080 heading. You'll get there. Oh, there it is, right there. Just on the right side of your mag compass there on top of your dash.
Okay.
That's it.
Airplane nose down, not up.
So,
Sweet.
so pattern altitude at Cuyahoga County is 1,600 feet,
Yeah, all right.
maybe 1,700 feet if you want to be super accurate. But
So we need to come down a little.
yep, I don't know what the wind is doing, but probably doesn't matter. It's a Cessna.
Yeah. That's why Cessnas are awesome.
Yep.
I think we land on
Slow.
2-4, so start slowing down.
Sure. So you're gonna do right downwind. Looks like you're doing that now.
Yeah.
And then you want to come down to about 1,600 feet.
This is
It'll
like
be
one of
kinda...
those like my instructor had a heart attack things. Like I don't know what to do.
Sorta,
Like,
yeah.
oh, this guy's an airline pilot. He can help me out.
I can't take over, but I can
Yeah.
do some. I did do 900 hours in one of these, so
Nice.
I was happy to get out of it. But it's still kind of cool to me because it's real flying.
Yeah.
You definitely have your challenges as an airline pilot, but you're on autopilot a lot.
Right.
You just don't have to fly the whole time.
Yeah, it's got to be good to get.
Cessna's same challenges, slower, but you got to fly the whole time.
Yeah.
This is an insanely accurate game.
Dude,
This is
isn't
exactly
it
what it looks
awesome?
like.
Like it's so. I know. I was like, oh my god. Like that's like it's like picking
Yep.
out buildings downtown and stuff. So.
Yep. And so you keep going fast. You don't really have to slow down until you're basically at a place where you want to start putting in flaps 10, and you want to be right around 100-ish knots when you do that. So you're not quite there yet, but you're close.
Right.
Because you're still a little far from the airport. I'd say maybe another 20 seconds you're gonna do, because you're holding 1,600 feet. Don't let it go down too far.
Yeah.
And then another 20 seconds, make maybe a 50-degree right turn. 10 seconds now. And then you're going to pull the throttle to 1,500 RPM. Make that right turn so you're 90 degrees to the runway. So you start coming into that right turn now. And you'll be 90 degrees to the runway, and you want to go flaps 10.
All right. But I gotta slow down for that though.
No, flaps 10 you don't have to. Flaps 10 the speed should be 120.
Okay.
Flaps 20, or yeah, flaps 20 is going to be in the white arc. And you'll slow
Oh,
down to
that's
that,
what
no
it is.
problem.
Okay, yeah.
Yep. That's true of most airplanes. That's even true of the airliner I fly. So.
Okay.
Or flew.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, they closed their company.
Oh, that sucks.
So pitch up just a little bit. Get into that white arc. I can't see the RPM on this because it's views cut off, of course.
Yeah, it's
All right,
like.
start your right turn.
Okay.
Start your right turn towards the runway. And as soon as you're in the white arc, go ahead and do flaps 20. Oh, I see it's delayed like 10 seconds. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Let's see where that runway is. A little past it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you've got landing assured, that's the only time you go flaps 30.
Oh, okay. Well, I can see the runway, and we're not worried about ATC, so.
Right, yeah. Doesn't matter. Every runway is ATC-less if you want it to be.
Right. Well, I mean, I literally have traffic off.
Yep. It's okay. Chances you hit anybody's actually pretty slim anyway.
Right.
All right, so the key is to try and always fight for center line. That's one of the big things.
Yeah.
Keep pitching up there a little bit. You need a little bit more nose up.
I'm way fast.
Oh, you're fast and low, but that's okay. That's better than low and slow.
Yeah.
So see those 4 red lights, the Vasties on the right-hand
Yeah.
side? Those, you want 2 whites, 2 reds.
Yeah. If anything, if you're gonna not have 2, you want 3 whites instead of 3 reds.
Yeah.
Oops, I might have to go around.
No, you're good. You're good. You got this. Keep coming left a little bit. Oh, well, it's delayed so much for me, but
I know. Oh man, I'm getting blown around. Let's see if I can get this sucker on the ground.
just fight for center line. That's the big. And then make sure you go throttle idle as well.
Oop. Yeah. I'm gonna go around. Let's try this again. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get back in the habit. So it's just like, yeah, let's not do a grass landing.
I managed to make it to the top, into the top 600 for the Courchevel runway landing competition.
What is that?
In
I
the
don't
world.
even know what that.
That was the it's, if you look on your main menu page, it's the challenge that's live right now.
Oh, nice. Oh wait, so you've got this
Yeah.
already?
Yeah, I bought it.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to,
Yeah.
once I get my skills up, we'll have to do some multiplayer.
Yeah.
I saw, there's been some cool, I follow a guy, Squirrel, he does like a lot of flight sims. And, he, I get my face gets down in the instruments like that. He was doing some bush flying with a couple other guys in like Alaska or something. It was so cool. They were. Oops, I think I went too far.
Make sure you, no, you're good. Make sure you bring your flaps up though. Looks like you're. Yeah, that should be.
I think
Looks pretty good. That's
Yeah.
about right.
Yeah, I got a track IR
Alright.
coming in the mail too. So
Oh, sweet. Keep your turn going. Crosswind should be pretty short.
it's trying to be like way out now.
Yeah.
And I'm about to go high.
Keep it turning. 060 heading. I know it's lagged for me, but
Yeah, I know. It's just funny too. I'm like blasting off into space.
there you go.
Oh yeah, there we go. So I tell people too that like haven't been in planes a lot, or like anything
There you go,
like
perfect.
Cessnas or something like that, you know, too. It's just like, yeah, because everybody's like, oh yeah, you just like look at the instruments and stuff. It's like, actually, VFR,
You
you're
don't.
supposed to, yeah, like kind of like driving a car. You're just looking out the window the whole time.
Yeah, don't at all.
You just kind of check your T's and P's.
The big thing with VFR flying is making sure you're on the right heading and altitude. If you
Yeah.
can do those two things, everything else should be outside.
Yeah.
So now you want. So when you look over there and your wing strut is just past that runway, it's trying to pull the throttle back, put flaps
Okay.
10 in, and start the descent.
Ah, okay.
I know I'm delayed from what I'm seeing versus what you're actually seeing, but that's
It's
what you
just the
want.
nature of Twitch. And then how do we know when to turn?
All right, and then when you want to turn is when you're 45 to the runway. So
It's funny. Yeah, you have to try to time it a little bit early because by the time you say it,
yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
late.
early. So you go ahead and start.
Right
I mean,
about
when
now.
you hear this, start your turn, of course. But
Yeah.
it'll be about 8 or 9 seconds delayed for me. And you'll be a little far. So this turn was a little far. You
Still-
want to probably end up being inside the highway on your next
Okay.
lap in the pattern.
I'm still getting used to that too. Like I forgot how much a Cessna likes to drop when you turn it.
Yep, it requires. So that's every airplane.
Yeah, that's
That
true.
That has to do with aerodynamics and difference in
'Cause-
drag on the wings.
Yeah, you're losing lift on the one.
and you're losing your horizontal component of, or you're increasing your horizontal component of lift, but decreasing your vertical component of lift.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, and that base to final turn should pretty much just be one continuous turn if you've got the right distance from the runway.
Okay.
So hopefully you still have flaps 10 because now you're pretty far from the runway. Don't put in flaps 20 until you're a little bit closer. You want to be within about a half a mile. Not that you can like easily judge that right now.
Yeah.
About a half a mile. I don't know. I'll try and call it 10 seconds early. How about that?
Let me trim for like 80 knots.
I'd say when you rolled out on that turn just now, you're about a mile from the runway.
Okay.
But see, you got 2 whites, 2 reds. That's good.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting to look at the VASI too.
And fight for that center line. Fighting for the center line is a very important thing to do. Constantly adjust left and right. Keep rolling left and right. You don't want to be using much rudder to do that. Just fight
ailerons.
left and right with your ailerons. Yeah. Yeah, you pretty much want to leave your rudders alone unless you're in a turn or wind correction as you're landing.
Right.
So fight for that center line and then fight two reds, 2 whites all the time. And so now you could probably do flaps 20.
I think I got it now, yeah.
And not until you're basically halfway through those lights do you want to do flaps 30, right at the end there.
Oh, you know what? I'm flaps 30 already. That's I'm still getting the hang of it. But at least I got a little bit better to glide slope until
this is looking good so far.
Yeah.
So just keep fighting for that center line. Keep coming little left, little right, little left, little right. Try and fight for that center line, and then as soon as you cross the threshold, throttle idle.
Oh, as soon as you cross the threshold. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Oop,
let it glide in.
Bounced
There you
a little bit. Come on, baby. Ah, I'm off. Oh well.
It's all good. Yeah,
take out a
fighting for that center line, even if because you're over the runway, so it's okay to turn more than that. You can be more aggressive with that. That's okay. Once you get the hang of it, you don't need to be as aggressive because you can be smoother and make the smaller adjustments early.
Right.
And it could also be like a joystick thing where like your dead zones are set too wide or something like that.
Yeah, the joystick does. The joystick does have a little bit nuances. Well, you know what I was saying too. Are you using a yoke system at all at home?
Yeah, I've got a Cytec X52.
You're using the stick and throttle. Yeah. Okay. So, whoops.
So from what Charlie told me, mine's probably not quite as good as what you've got.
Yeah, I've got the yoke. Actually got their yoke system. But you know what's weird though is that, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but in a real Cessna, like, so my yoke is like spring loaded. So like if you let the yoke go, it's going to return to center, like as if it was like it had a power steering.
So does mine. Yes.
So, but in a real Cessna, like the yoke is just loose, right? It just goes like wherever you.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. Okay. I couldn't remember.
The controls in a Cessna are set up to be neutral, or positively. What's the word? Positively balanced, I guess is the way to call it, so that they always return to basically a Cessna wants to always return to level flight.
Okay. Okay.
So if you let go, the controls should return to center, and the airplane should try to level itself.
Yeah.
That's one nice thing that Cessnas do. That's why it's a really great training aircraft.
Right.
When you talk about like an F-16 or something, they're actually like negative. They're negative. Crap, I can't come up with a word.
Well, it's like a double aileron, right? So it just goes where you point it, like it's curved on both sides.
Yeah.
Of the wing.
It's actually negatively. I'm trying to Google it right now.
I don't know where things at in this place. I think TNG was somewhere around here.
Oh, well, you don't want to go there. Stability.
Negative stability. Okay.
Yeah. So a Cessna's positive stability. An F-16 is actually negative stability and created. It's got computer controlled neutral stability.
Okay.
So that if you leave it in a 30 degrees nose down, it will stay in a 30 degrees nose down dive.
Yeah.
And assuming you don't run into ground, and it will stay in a 30 degrees nose up, assuming you have endless power.
Yeah.
Cessna doesn't do that, so you can literally spin a Cessna, and it will return to level flight as much as it can with a given amount of power.
Right.
It's one of the nice things about it being a training aircraft. I've had students spin them on me at some of which were at kind of low altitudes. But the nice thing is, if you literally do nothing, you should pull out of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you do something, you should pull out of it faster and more accurately.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there is one plane in here. Have you flown that one that's like a car? We could check that out. Where's the Icon A5?
Oh, that seaplane, the little tiny seaplane thing?
Yeah.
I have not flown that
You
yet,
can
no.
check that out because like that one's interesting because as far as I know, uh, I've watched some videos on that and it has like an angle of attack uh, instrument like up above here,
Yes.
and they actually want you to fly it only based on that. Like they don't really want you to look at your airspeed at all, which I thought was interesting.
Only
Yeah, like they want
when you're making water landings.
well they want I guess I shouldn't say only, but they want the angle of attack. Like they intend for that instrument to be the primary instrument that you look at, which I thought
Yeah,
was
when you're
interesting.
doing
So,
landings and takeoffs, yes, that should
Yeah.
be your primary instrument because that's determining your. It's basically determining your pitch with reference to the ground and how if you're going to stall into the water or not.
Right.
Because in this airplane, you basically want to stall onto the runway. In an Icon A5, you do not want to stall onto the
The
water.
water. Okay.
You want to fly it onto the water,
Yeah.
which is important.
Now, see,
Thanks,
when I
man.
was watching the demo builds, those guys were all like when they shut the aircraft off, it like automatically ended the flight and took them back to like it like logged it. And mine is not doing that, so I don't know if that's just that setting I need or
Yeah, it might just be a setting.
yeah, if it's mad because I didn't do air traffic control. I don't know. Well, let's see if we
Yeah,
can get that. So let's go to general. I got everything in like hard mode except for there are some cool features. So, well, there's things that you just. It's funny that they call it like easy, medium, and hard because like a lot of the stuff is like, well, that's just a feature. That's not really hard. Like they have like
it just takes care of some
point of
stuff for
interest
you.
and stuff. Yeah, like they have
There's
like if
some
you're in a
stuff
city you don't know.
there's some stuff that's like harder than it should be. Like it's harder in this than it is in real life.
Well, I was saying from what I remember too, it's like, and this has always been the case with Flight Simulator. Like trying to hold a heading in Flight Simulator, like even in the Cessna, is like way harder than it is in real life. Because I remember being like, I went on two
Yeah.
intro flights, like I've flown for like an hour and a half or something, and I could hold
That
a heading no problem.
that has a lot more to do with the inability for you to feel a trim setting in this game,
Yeah,
whereas you can feel it in an airplane.
right. And that's another thing I was complaining about too. It's just like, okay, force feedback has been around since the 90s. You would think in 20 years we could have got some force feedback in these
Well,
controllers,
it's
but
not. That's not going to be a yoke, a controller thing. That's going to be full motion sim sort of thing.
yeah, but I mean, even in a yoke, like it'll fight you until you have it trimmed. Like you'll feel the pressure.
True.
You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
that's
So it's
true.
like it would make it a lot easier to do the elevator trim.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Return to main menu. Yeah, let's go. See, it did.
Yes,
I hit saw somewhere it did log the time, but
yeah, I think it probably does log it regardless.
yeah.
So if you do return to main menu, I can show you that landing competition, which might be a really cool little practice thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What is it? The
Courchevel. It's
Yeah.
that super crazy uphill sloped airport in France, in the Alps. Yeah, the Courchevel top right there.
Okay. What are we doing it in a Robin
It's a
French aircraft?
yeah, it's basically some copy of a Piper Cherokee.
Yeah.
That's the airport there in the center,
Okay.
and you basically make this really cool right turn base to final landing, and they put a blue box on the runway they want you to touch down on.
As closest to that. So you nailed. So what? So you said you outright won that, or wait, what? What are your
Top
numbers?
600 in the world.
Top 600. Yeah, which is like that's awesome. Because this game is like, I think Carl was saying earlier. He's a Nubidus. I think Carl and Malachi might have given up on us, but they Carl was saying that this game shot up to #1 on Steam in a day. Like the day it went on sale, it just instantly went to
It's
like
today.
#1. Yeah.
Well,
Well, no,
it
it
was
was
today.
the pre-sale. Because you
Oh,
you
wow,
could actually
okay.
buy it like a couple weeks ago, I think. Yeah, it was annoying too because when I fired up the game, like I meant to play this game at around like 1, and but it because I had gotten off work early, but it didn't. I went to go play it, and then it just started downloading more stuff. I'm like, what?
Yep. So you get it ready to fly. I gotta head to bed after this because I gotta get up at like 7:15 tomorrow.
Right on.
But yeah,
Oh
this
God.
is so you have I think you have 2 flap settings in this. So you'll have one that will just so you're at high altitude. That's one important thing. Trim up a little bit if you can and add some power.
I don't even know how to
And go.
Okay.
And
So where am I going even?
so the airport's just to the right side of your mag compass there.
On the
And
top
you're
of
gonna
those
make a
mountains?
Just no, a little lower. Just in front of that black tree area on the right side there. And it's a big upslope. So I'd hit 1 notch of flaps now and start making kind of a gradual right turn.
It's like on that
Keep
hill.
going, keep going right, way right. Keep going way right. Way right, like 90 degrees right.
Yeah. Coming out the airport.
There you go. Now you're starting to see it. And I hope you only put in 1 notch of flaps because the airplane will not climb with both notches of flaps in. You will end up in the trees.
Okay.
So this is the interesting thing about this one is the. So you want to add a lot of power and start pitching up because you're starting to get really low.
I don't. Oh my God. Oh, so that's. Oh, jeez.
There you go.
All right, I might have to restart this one. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my God. Oh yeah, you have like no power because you're already so high.
Yep. So I managed 30. Yeah. So you're 7,000 feet. The airplane barely has any power, right?
Goodbye.
So I
Wow,
managed 31 feet from touchdown.
that's
And
awesome.
I think I was like 4 feet from center line, and I managed to roll out of, I don't know, 800 feet or something like that.
Yeah. So this is actually a real airport. That is insane.
Yes, this is a real airport. There's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube that you can look up of people crashing here.
Yeah, I bet.
They pretty much all survive because it's like uphill and they don't go very fast when they hit anything, but a lot of them slide into that road.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll stick around for one more try. So don't start turning yet. Keep going straight.
Okay.
See it it's just on the left side of the center of that window. And you want to keep your altitude a little bit. You're coming down to like 2,000 feet a minute. So you want to only be doing about 500 feet per minute down on your vertical speed there, just below your altimeter.
Yeah.
That's what you're shooting for. And then do 1 notch of flaps now, but not 2. Be very careful not to do 2, clearly. And keep adding a little bit more power. So yeah, so you watch that vertical speed because
Oh yeah, I keep. Yeah. So wait, is it on the slope to the left or to the right? I keep like struggling to make it out.
It's right behind the center pillar on the windshield.
Okay.
Now it's just slightly to the left of that center pillar on the windshield. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Low. So you're low now. You're pretty low. You want to be about 300 feet higher than you are. So.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
And don't be afraid to go full power.
That's where I'm at actually. I can't maintain my lift.
Yep. So I don't know. Maybe are you using it? Like, do you have a flaps toggle, like where it's putting all of the flaps in all at once, or
No.
is it just doing it like? Yeah, because if you put them in too early, you won't be able to lift. Lift enough.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'll give this a few more shots. I think. Thanks for.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can look at the flaps. and see what's going on there. Yeah, because I definitely only hit it once.
Yeah,
Unless
that might be something worth trying.
where are the
Um,
flaps control on this airplane? I wonder. Let's see. Let me.
Not sure. If you just start out, you can just kind of like fly some circles, get used to it.
Yeah.
So if you look down a little bit, if you have that ability, they might even be further down. It could be a big lever. Not sure.
Let's see. Yeah. Let me try it.
Let's see. Let's make sure. Maybe the flaps might be. Man, I don't see it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't see them at all. If you hit that could be it. But that's what they would normally be in any normal airplane.
Yeah. Oh, you can't. Can you restart from here? Yeah, I know. It's very weird. All right, I'll keep trying. I'm gonna nail this one, and then I mean, I'm not gonna break any records, but I want to see if I could just land it. But yeah, thanks for showing me that, man.
Yeah, it's a really cool little competition they started the whole game with, which is that's a very difficult airport. So a lot of people have crashed there. The YouTube videos are kind of hilarious usually because
Yeah.
nobody really gets very hurt.
Right.
It's
Right.
just like, nah, you ruined your $2 million airplane. Good job.
Yeah.
It's like,
Insurance deductible.
so, and these are people that have gone through extensive hours of training and everything that still screw it up. So that's why it's kind of a cool competition.
Yeah. Yeah. Hot loads. I did get the
Oh,
120.
you got the deluxe. Oh, cool.
Yeah. I did get the Dreamliner.
And don't be afraid to add like full power early, because I think it starts you out with not enough power.
Yeah. Start my turn.
Not quite yet. You're good.
If you got remember, I'm ahead of you.
Learning the terrain, figuring out what an airport looks like from the air is important.
Yeah.
So if you follow that line of red buildings there, it leads you right up to the end of the runway.
Yeah, that's what I'm
you
kind
want
of
to
using.
come. You want to put most of those buildings off your right wing.
Okay, and then so wait to turn a little bit later.
Yeah. That way it gives you more time to line up your final and everything like that. And when you do get a good landing, you'll get a little scoreboard at the end.
Oh, cool.
Yep. All right, man. I gotta get running. It was good talking to you. Maybe if you keep streaming tomorrow, I might see you. So.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Have a good one. We'll see you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. Yeah, hot loads too. If you're still on the, yeah, that gives you the Dreamliner and everything else. And you get the handcrafted airports, which is nice. If you're into like airport ops stuff. Oh, you know what it is? That's what I want. I need to restart. Ah, okay, now my game actually locked up. So I'm gonna have my first crash here. I want to think Discord actually pulled me out of the game. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I got it now. Anubis gave up. I'm considering getting it. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. You definitely don't have to like it's I'm making this look like way harder than it has to be, like because I have everything set to like full sim max difficulty. You can ease into it, which is a lot better. I mean, when I played Flight Sim 95, that's how I got into it. There's all kinds of aids you can get and stuff like that, which just make your life easier until you can figure out, how things work. Oh, now see, did I exit out again? I'm definitely experiencing some issues now. I just like locked up a couple times. Okay, I think let's see, we're supposed to do this. Yeah, see, if you cut this last leg on this runway too short, you'll just get into all kinds of trouble. And I mean, because it's such a dramatic uphill slope, like you have like no lift by the time you get to this thing. You basically fly the plane onto the runway. Come on, baby, roll out of it. See, my problem is because I'm not good enough at tracking, or I'm not good at tracking the center line. I'm gonna crash into the tree. Because I'm not good at tracking the center line, I keep losing a lot of lift on them when I turn. Because this one's all about energy management. What time is it in the RL? 12:57. All right, I gotta go to bed in about a half an hour. I'm gonna try to stream again and kind of get back into the routine of doing this at like 3 p.m. Yeah, see now right here I'm locked. Like something happened and I'm just locked. The game is like frozen. Cheated out of this one. Yeah, I'm gonna run into the same problem again. What happened this time? I must have not put in flaps or something. Ah, man, this is tough. Yeah, it's. See, I guess if it locks up, I need to just restart because it's all over at that point. All right, let's try this again. All right, so I put in the flaps now. Yeah, see right here, I'm completely locked up. This is the most critical phase of the flight. I could try restarting the game. Screwed up here. I forgot to reduce power. Off the edge. Into the fuel truck. That was weird though, because I was hitting the brakes and nothing was happening. I almost had it that time. Okay, that's what's happening. You see that green light? That my flaps were already set. I think I missed the runway completely. Yeah. Stop, baby. Stop, 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 stop. Landed. I landed it. All right, that's enough for this one for now. Definitely could use some more practice. Let's see what else is in here. Thanks. I had to. Once you showed me that, man, I'm like, I had to at least land that one. That thing had no brakes though, man. I was mashing on the like on the rudder pedals. You just put your foot forward, and that's what pushes the brake down. But I was mashing on the brake, and nothing was happening. So let's go back to Berg. Let's see what else we got. I've got the Dreamliner, so it's got the propellers. Here's the Icon A5. Let's just hop in this thing and see what it's like. This is a weird plane. It looks they made it look like a car inside. I have no idea how to fly this thing either, so this should get interesting. Make sure the thing is when you're using a yoke too, you got to make sure everything's like at neutral. But this, we should be able to land on the water. Again, I have no idea how to do that. We'll give it a go. I think I'm going to be streaming this game for a while too, but I'm going to do the, it has a bunch of flight lessons you can take and stuff like that, so that might be fun to kind of stream the flight lessons and see if I can get any better at flying. How's the Malachi? If you're still there, how's the stream? Is the frame rate okay and everything? Aside from that last one where it kept doing the freeze. When I was flying around downtown, did it look okay? Yeah, it looks good. Downtown looked awesome. Nice.
Lakefront Tower Icon Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra at runway 24 right ready for takeoff departing straight out.
Where do you see this thing? Let me click on ready to fly. I mean, first of all, this thing actually folds up and you can fit it in a back of a trailer. Like a trailer that you tow with your like F-150. It's not really designed to do like, I guess, quote unquote, over the road or over the air trips or anything. It's just designed to be a little sport plane that you take on vacation somewhere and you fly around, so you got a couple $100 to spare. You can get in one of these things. And it lands on the water or the ground. And they really went out of their way to make it look like a car for whatever reason. So people would be more at ease with it. And you could start cold and dark. You could actually start from the general aviation parking and all that. I'm not bothering with all that today. I just want to do kind of a whirlwind tour of this game. Mind the pun. Yeah, and I mean, so it kind of looks like a car. If you were to look at the pics online, it's even more so that way. Like you could see, like this is like the speedometer, and this is like the tach, even though this is like your airspeed and altimeter. It's a really bonkers airplane. But yeah, you sit in it kind of like a car, and I don't know what that thumping noise is. I must have something like not at neutral. But yeah, this is a really crazy little airplane. So let's get up and throw it around and see what we can do. I don't know if this has a parking brake. It must. Oh yeah, look, it's my rudder pedals that are causing that thumping. It's not able to read that they're not. They might have to fine tune that with a patch because I'm barely pushing on them. Okay, it's left control. Delete. Okay. I don't know where the parking brake is on this thing, but apparently well, it's like a car. It's really. Oh wait, what is it? That's the seat control, right? If it's like a car, the parking brake would be over here somewhere. That's the throttle. Okay, we got nav lights, strobe lights, taxi, landing, in op, in op. I think this might be the water rudder. So we have to remember to go gear up. That's the other thing. What's this? Okay, that's the flaps. They're set for takeoff. That's the landing gear. All right, let's do it. See what happens. I have no idea what the speeds are supposed to be. I just jumped in and we're going for it, man. Okay, positive rate, gear up. The game is not giving me the tooltip for that. We'll have to hit this. Can you imagine what this game is going to be like in VR? Like, it's going to be ridiculous. So this gauge at the top is the angle of attack. And that's what they want you to use to fly the plane. Don't really know how to use it. I would need Will K back on here to tell, but I probably should have paid attention to what the altitude was, because water looks like it's kind of hard to land on when you don't know. I mean, look how smooth it looks. I mean, look how detailed it is at the same time. This game is just incredible. Now, I don't think this plane is supposed to fly very fast, so let's power down. In fact, let's just see if we can land this thing in the water. I have no idea if we're supposed to do anything procedure-wise to land in the water. So we'll just do our best. Yeah, you could see I was outside of the green arc, so I was flying this thing at unsafe speed. Now this thing does not have a rate of climb. Oh, we should go out and see Menor Headlands. I might say that for another stream now because I do have to go to bed. My goal was to go to bed at like 1:30. I'm trying to get off the ass o'clock in the morning schedule. Lake Erie's so shallow, you really don't see a lot of seaplanes on it, so I don't know what's going to happen when we do this. Oh, look at that detail once we get closer to the water. We should probably go full flaps. I don't know what the stall speed is. Oh, baby, that's a little bit too fast. You said you don't want to stall in the water anyway. Of course, we're in the water, so there's no way to stop. But we did it. We're in Lake Erie. Let's go fishing. Go out on the wing. See if we can catch anything. There's a smart camera, but I don't know what it does. I hit E, which is supposed to trigger it. Or maybe it's this button. That just looks right. I mean, who cares? Yeah, we did it. We lived. And the landing that you can walk away from, or in this case, swim away from. Oh, here's the water rudder. So that's supposed to be down. Can't really. If it's in op, you can't even click on it. Now, if I shut the engines off, though, I don't know how to restart them in this plane. Whoops. Oh, look at this. Parachute. So this thing actually has a, if you get into big trouble, you can pull it. It actually has a big parachute that'll let this thing float to the ground. A lot of the new, well, I get they've been around since the early 2000s. Wing lock, that's the wing folding thing. But I guess there's nothing really to do on that overhead panel. How do I get back to the view? You want to put the throttles in the cutoff. This one must not have a cutoff. We're in Lake Erie. That actually does kind of look like Lake Erie. Well, it's not green enough, right? Lake Erie would be green. But from the surface, you can't really tell anyway. Can you take off from the water? Let's give it a go. So, mixture should be full rich. There's no prop pitch. Actually, I don't think you can even control the mixture in this one. Let's see if it'll start. All right. So I think if we're going to take off, we actually want this water rudder off. If apparently if you're in a seaplane and you try to land in the water with the gear down, you become a submarine pilot. So we'll leave the gear up. Let's hit it. Seem we're going pretty fast. Let me try to lift up off here. There we go. Perfect. Well, as near as we're going to get on this stream. We should probably not fly over Canadian airspace. Do a sharp turn. Where's my heading indicator, though? Do I have a heading indicator? I bet it's on that. All the avionics in this game are modeled, and I bet it's on that. I bet I'm supposed to use that screen somehow. I don't know jack about aircraft avionics. So we'll try to get her back down at Burke Lakefront, which should be that way somewhere, right? Because we went east. Oh, that's it right there. Okay. Well, we're not going to bother with the standard traffic pattern this time. We'll just loop back around slowly. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Other than like the landing gear being down and stuff, I don't know what the gotchas are on water. I'm sure there's a bunch. But even if they have, I watched a lot of videos on this airplane because I think it's so neat. And I think that to get your water rating, it only takes like for these kind of planes, it only takes like, it's like a day or like a half day or something. It's not very, from the sound of it, it's probably like, here's what not to do. Never do these things and you'll be just fine. But I don't know for sure. When I close that ATC window, we don't give a damn about ATC. I'm flying this thing about as fast as I can go. Let's get this thing slowed way up. I don't know what the gear retraction speed is, but we need to slow down, slow down, slow down. God, this thing just sinks though, too. Power, 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 baby, power. Nope, I hit something on the keyboard. Oop, no, full flaps. Watch the stall speed be like 20. It even kind of sounds like, that's another thing with flight sim. So the heading is one thing. It's easier to maintain heading in real life. The jets are usually overpowered in Microsoft Flight Sim. And also, they don't really emphasize it, but these little airplanes are loud. It sounds quiet, like from this game, but you get in a real airplane like this, it is loud as hell. You got a headset on, so I guess that's what they're trying to simulate the sound with your headset on, I think. But I mean, it's like they're loud, they shake all over, like it's like you get behind one of these things and even something, oh, they do have a little PAPI system here. You get into something like this and it's like you're in charge of a machine. want a balloon. I'm getting better at this, I swear I am. Alright, we'll park this and then we'll call it. Feels good to be back behind the yoke, man. I gotta say. Even with my little bit of off-roading and... Well, he managed to kill a few trees. In France or wherever that was. It is kind of a whole different ball game using rudder pedals. I had my old setup was just the stick and throttle like Will had, and it just has a little paddle on it. A lot of them have it. You can twist. I'm supposed to stop here, technically. I know I don't have traffic, but I should probably get in the habit. But a lot of these will have you can twist the joystick to activate the rudder. But when you use actual rudder pedals, it feels a lot different. So I mean, somebody like Will that's flown, you know, so many hours in real planes, he's not going to really care about that kind of thing. But for me, it's just like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Another good landing. Thanks, man. Yeah, that'd be, dude, if you get this too, me, you, and Will can all do some multiplayer once we get skilled up a little bit. Malachi, you don't have our you're on Discord, right, at Hot Loads? Am I in your Discord? I can't remember. You're not in our two. We have two different Discords. We have like a ex-BMI employees Discord, and we have a there's another smaller Discord where it's just me, Carl, Richard, Charlie, and Will. If you want invites, I can send you those, because we just like the XBMI one. Well, actually, it rises and falls in popularity. Sometimes nobody's on it. Other times, like lately, they've been chatting away. But I actually wanted to park there. I guess we'll go one down. Yeah, I wanted to park in that area. Multiplayer is you can set it to group, or like you can set it to everybody can play in a, like you could just play like public multiplayer, which actually is probably more like if you want a legit experiment. Well, I don't know, it's probably never going to be, you know, it's just going to be people all over the place, let's be honest. But we could also do just a group of friends multiplayer, and nobody else, which is probably what we'll do. Oh, you know why I'm not getting the queue to that ends the flight is because you're technically, when you contact ground, you're supposed to get to general aviation parking, and then they're supposed to there's actually a marshaller with the sticks that'll marshal you in. That's probably why I'm not getting it. Send me some of the invite. Yeah, I'll definitely hit you the invites. Are you all on the same plane or all flying off different planes? I think right now it's everybody's in their own plane. I don't think they have a shared flight deck or anything. That'd be cool for. I know there were mods in the old games where you could have a pilot and co-pilot, but I think for right now, as far as anything official goes in this game, it's everybody's in their own plane. So I think we're set here. Yeah, like I said, I put the throttles and cut off. It doesn't seem to do anything. Oh yeah, it does. There, it just killed it. That's funny. I did that before. It didn't do anything. Yeah, I wish he didn't do that. I don't know why. It's saying this pedal's moving around. It's not. That's annoying. It's weird too, because it looks like it's like trying to hit the brake. Let me move these and see. Yeah, it's acting like that toe brake is down. I actually better take a look at the controls tomorrow and make sure that it's not that's weird. All right, let me this should be the cutoff. It's either on or off. Where's the battery though? I hear the avionics still on. Um, is it the wind? Maybe it is the wind. It would be awesome just to use a VR headset to look around the cabin. Dude, VR in this game is just going to be freaking amazing. I do have a track IR. It's just not. It hasn't arrived in the mail yet. It should be here tomorrow. But I don't know if you've ever messed around with that. But track IR. Oh, here's a battery. Um, but the track IR, you know, you move your head a little bit and it'll move the camera on the screen. So that's going to make my life a lot easier in this game. Yeah, and again, I got to learn what the external. There's all kinds of like really cool external camera modes you can get to. Like there's like a drone cam and everything, and all sorts of neat stuff. But yeah, I'll send you these Discord invites. Thanks for joining me, Carl. Thank you, even though you gave up, and Will K for saving my life, saving my virtual life. That'll do it for this stream. So yeah, like I said, I'll looks like a lot of fun. I'm heading to bed, GG. Yeah, man. Like I said, if you pick it up, we'll get into some stuff. Like I said, I'm probably going to be streaming this game for the most part, just starting tomorrow. I'm going to hit up some flight lessons, and we'll kind of go through trying to get a private pilot's license. And I don't know if anybody else was lurking or not. If I don't have my phone, it is gone. And I'm not even bothering with Streamlabs stuff until like oh, here it is, halfway to affiliate, which I'm almost there. So if you like this stream and you are lurking, give me a follow, even though it was kind of goofy. If not, oh well, thanks for watching anyway. And yeah, I will, hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Where is my mouse? God, I'm all discombobulated. Who would have thought moving in 3 dimensions would be so hard? So anyway, until then, take care and ciao.